Hi and welcome. It's Ruth here. Oh, excuse me, frog in my throat. It's Ruth here at artfulstampin.co.uk. Welcome. And before you get too far into this video, if you like what you see, don't forget to subscribe because it's a great way for you to be involved in this creative community. And if you don't want to miss a live, then click on that bell button because hopefully YouTube will notify you. Now, I watched somebody the other day who was talking about notifications, and they were saying that apparently if you subscribe to other of my social media, YouTube are more likely to notify you. I don't get that. I don't understand why that would be, but I do have other social media outlets. I'm on Instagram as Ruth Trice. I'm on Pinterest as Ruth Trice and Artful Stampin. So if you do want to follow me there, you can do. So, a bit more stash busting. I'm still raising money for the charity that I went out to Kenya with last year, and I'm still using up some of the papers that was donated to the organisation to raise funds. So, I'm going to mix some papers with stamps this time to show you how you can use different elements of your stash to create something new and fun. And yeah, so I've got sort of a plan, but I'm not quite sure where it's going to go. So I'm just going to bring you in a little bit closer, but lift it so I don't bash my head. I've got these really pretty papers here. They're obviously from a collection. I don't know who produced it, but I'm thinking of gluing some papers down and then stamping over the top of it. So let's get sticking. You know how I love my tearing, so I probably will do a bit of that. But first of all, I'm going to choose papers that are fairly light in colour because I want to stamp over the top and I don't want it to clash too much. So hi Vanessa and Karen and Sheila. You were notified. Awesome. Hi from Florida, Gabe Poteri. Poter? Sorry if I've got that wrong. I'm just choosing some of these lighter images. There's lots of designs in here. Wow. So I imagine that these are sort of papers that you can pick up for fairly inexpensively, or you may even find in a charity shop. Someone's bought them and not played with them. Gosh, that's a lot of paper. I could probably do 2 of these. I might do 2 of these actually because yeah. So let's just get ripping. Look, just rip some up and go from there really. Gosh, I could rip 2 in one go. Let's do that. See what happens. Okay, rip. Just go for it. Sally Jones. Oh no, you're from Ohio. That's a different. It's more like a Sally Jones. When I see the surname Jones, I just think Welsh. Jones is a very, very popular surname in Wales. So every other person is a Jones, I think. Oh, Sheila, you've been creating all day, have you? Well done. What have you been making then? Do please share. Okay, so this is a technique that I have shown you a few times on my channel. It's where you make your own new DSP from current DSP that you just need to use up, or scrapbooking paper. Yeah, sorry, I use the term DSP because that's what Stampin' Up call their designer series. Well, it's called designer series paper and DSP for short. So what I'm trying to do is kind of just put on the papers, not stick the same pattern next to each other, but just get the patterns down and just grab a different one each time. Just go from there really. And the other option is to use some of that sticky paper stuff and just create a whole page of sticky. That's quite fun because it just means you're laying stuff down and you don't have to be applying glue every time. So that's quite a fun technique as well if you want to speed up the process. So Vanessa, Jones, Davis or Thomas, I know, or Williams. or like double barreled you get as well, like Owen Jones, that kind of thing. Hi, Subo Bell. Who else is on here? You just shared it to me. Oh, lovely. Thank you. I always forget to ask for you to share stuff. Yes, please do share if you like what you see. If you've got various groups that allow you to do that. So I'm just sorry, after my discussion about what's allowed on groups, just do check on your, if you are part of a Facebook group, not all Facebook groups are happy to share willy-nilly. So just check the rules. Right, well, what have I not used yet here? Oh, let's make some more. You know what, I'm going to cut up one of these because I just need something else in here. Oh, it's your own group. Oh, well, of course you're allowed to do that then, Vanessa. Super duper. Oh, Jennifer Smiley, welcome. So this is your first live. Oh, everybody say hello to Jennifer. Oh, lovely. Yeah, do, if you're on here for the first time on my live, say hello, because I like to welcome people if they've never been on a live before. And it's a whole different kind of experience when you watch me live, I think, because you can get that immediate interaction and reaction from me if I see your comment. If I see your comment, I'm just aware sometimes I do miss comments, so I do try and sort of go back and do type a comment again if I've missed a comment, because it's not always intentional. Sometimes if I'm asked something that's I don't want to answer, I might ignore you. Sorry, I don't know why I'm laughing. But, you know, sometimes people just ask silly questions. Not you lot are lovely. Oh, dear. Yeah, when I used to do a lot of lives on Periscope, we used to get the most ridiculous questions and trolls and people asking silly questions. Like, show me your feet. Oh, dear. Hi, Texas. Oh, your first time as well. Hi, Beth. Welcome. Everyone, welcome, Beth. So pleased you could join me. I guess sometimes it's when I go live, and I'm sorry, I'm terrible at being able to create a schedule, especially in the school holidays, because, yeah, you know, all sorts of things going on, and, you know, I get terrible getting stuck into maybe tidying up, or actually I was making cards this morning. If you were watching yesterday, I've been making cards for the Potter's House charity, which is what these ones are going to go to as well. And oh, where did I put them? Oh, I've already put them away. Oops. Right, I made about another 15 or so cards. Oh, look, I'll quickly show you. These are some that I made. They're all the same, but this was proper stash busting. I used 6x6 paper, and I think I'll do this one as a tutorial actually, because they all follow the same format, and it will be easy to kind of create it, and it was proper stash busting. Used up loads of paper for that, so I will try and do some sort of tutorial on how to do that. Because as I was doing it, I was thinking, oh gosh, people will want to see me do this, and I've not filmed it. But there we go. Or more. Yes, sometimes you do get into. Hi, Christine. Hi, Cindy. Oh, yes, that does happen occasionally. But then I don't know, maybe people say they autocorrect, but, you know, it could be that they actually just wanted to ask a weird question. Vanessa. Those are huge. Yeah, those are C5 or A5 cards. I'm just about. Oh, I'm just about to place an order for some. Oh, we were talking about biodegradable cellophane, and I don't have any cellophane this size, so I'm actually going to be ordering some biodegradable cellophane for these. And the same company sell, although they're out of stock at the moment, the little stickers that go back to fasten the cellophane. Those are biodegradable as well from that company. It's called EcoCraft UK. So I was really pleased that they do that. So I will let you know. I'll be placing an order and I'll let you know what I think of their cellophane. Actually, I can show you. I bought some card. I don't usually buy card from other companies, but I just wanted to see what they were like. And I presume that it's quite crinkly sounding, this cellophane, but I'm presuming this is degradable. Presuming. But yeah, I bought some envelopes from the company because I just like their eco kind of commitment. So, right, now I'm trying to find something that I can squeeze in there that's not any of those. So to do this technique, I do recommend you need about 5 or 6 different papers, because when you're collaging it all together, if you want to stick to the rule that you don't stick the same thing together, then you really do have to have a few different options there. Okay, I'm going to leave that one and carry on doing another one, because I have an idea of how to chop it up and use it, but I've got all these bits of paper left. So let's try and use this all up now. Hi, Janice. Hi, Audrey. Ooh. Oh, Audrey, and you. Oh, hello from Bonnie, Scotland. Welcome. There's a few Scots in the house. House. Oh, stop it, Ruth. Just stop it. You can't do it. Right. We have Janice Jazzle Dazzle Crafts from Scotland in here. Do you know each other then? That's awful, isn't it? Like, so your mum's from Malaysia. Do you know so and so? That's such an awful. You know, when you find out someone comes from the same place. Do you know so and so? You've never seen this technique before. Woohoo! You did it, Ken, Audrey. See, I think I just about understood that. So this is a technique, well, it's kind of just like a mixed media collage technique, really. It's a way of breathing new life into your papers, and I suppose stash busting, really. This is what I'm calling this video. It's just about using them up and just being a bit freer in how you use them and not being too concerned about it, you know, just get it down. Get it stuck down and used up and all the rest of it. I think I will cut into another one now. Yeah, Scotland's a big place. Yeah. It's like it's like when people find out I live in Wales, it's like, oh, my friend lives in Swansea. Yeah, Swansea's like 3 hours away. Right, I'll tell a bit more of this. Oh, Steph, exciting times. An August delivery at this time of night? Mind you, I sent my Hermes parcel to my sister, and she got it about 7 o'clock at night yesterday. And unfortunately, it contained things for my parents, and they'd already left. Oops. Oh, have you ordered it already, Steph? What have you ordered? Right, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to be a bit cheaty. I'm just going to do this. See if that works. The kids are watching Doctor Who next door. I'm not convinced about this new Doctor. don't think I like, yeah. Oops. Oh, just take that off. So you're not near each other then. I'm running out of bits. Well, it is proper stash busting, this is. Look, I'm getting through the papers. Oh no, can't do that. No, can't do that. Bit of that. I need a Scottish holiday. Love the East Coast from Berwick all the way up. Gosh, you sound like you know your way around Scotland, Christine. Have you been before? I think I've only been a couple of times to Scotland. Oh, Steph, and you fell the other day, didn't you? How are you? And how's your mummy? Oh, I'm using up the glue. Good news, glue is back in stock, guys, in Europe. We were struggling to get hold of glue. Oh, hi, Zoe. Nice to see you. Right, Zoe, actually. Right, what can I stick there? Need something to cover that gap there. Right, I think we're done for this page as well. Just need to trim it down. You've got glue coming. Woohoo! I know. At last, eh? I can stop supporting Amazon. Right. So we've got 2 sheets here. Now what I wanted to do is then stamp some of these lovely images on here. Some blocks. Stick that there. So I've got the treble clef, and it took you 2 days to Southampton. Flip. I think I'd fly. That's a mighty long way. What do I want? The keyboard. Try that for now. Oh, there's some more notes. If I just put these notes together, because I don't really want to stamp those individually. Try to make sure that they're similar. Right, and then I'm okay, backaches, but nothing new. Mum's in a vacuum boot for the next 10 weeks instead of plaster. Oh, okay, yes, those vacuum things are amazing. Ah, that explains your knowledge of Scotland, Christine. Right, I'm tempted to go black with this. Oh, actually, no, I'm going to go early espresso. Let's try that, because I do like brown and pink together. And brown is less harsh. As if you watched Esther's video yesterday, she was talking about that. I think we get so used to using black as an outline or for sentiments that we forget that there are plenty of other really nice dark colours that we could be using. Can I be bothered to get up and get my mat? No, I think I'll stay here. Oh, it's buffing. Oh dear, sorry. Couldn't fly, too much luggage. We were on a 5-week cruise. Ah, oh, okay, that makes sense. Right, well, I'm still... My YouTube seems to be there. Basic grey. There we go. Right, well, I've got 2, so I can do both. So I'm just aware of inking this up really well. So I'm just kind of checking, because sometimes the ink can get a bit depleted. Oh, ooh. Just checking to see if that's meant to be slightly textured. No, it just needed conditioning. So when stamps come straight out their packages, especially if they're photopolymer, they do need what's called conditioning. They just need like a bit of a clean. And so what I actually would recommend is that you get a rubber. I haven't really got one on my table, but well, I've got a lump of blue tack here. Is that you can just condition the stamps by rubbing a rubber or blue tack or whatever just over the tops of them, because they have a bit of a coating because of the manufacturing process, and it just stops the ink properly adhering to them. So that's why you need to stamp them a couple of times to get that first one out of the way. It's a bit like, you know, when you make pancakes, the first one's not very good, so you have to kind of you know, stamp it a couple of times. So I'm kind of looking for spaces, but I was going to try and keep them all on one piece of paper, but that hasn't worked. But there we go. Oh, I fancy doing one up here as well, I think. There we go. That's pretty. Greetings from Germany. Hello, CB1905. Welcome. Is this your first time on a live? I love where I am, just a pain to travel anywhere. Ah, it took you 14 hours and 3 trains. Whoa. Yeah, I'm still on the fence about it. That's why I'm determined to use it and really get to know it, because I took a punt on it. There we go. You can tell a Doctor Who episode is not very good when your children are shouting at the telly. We were watching the first few minutes, they were like, use a sonic screwdriver. Because that seems to be the answer for everything. Wouldn't it be lovely if we all had sonic screwdrivers? Okay, for those of you who don't watch Doctor Who, you won't understand that reference at all. Oh, but I'm just reading what Steph said about her mum's foot. Okay. Things are dire here. 3,000 army reserve. Yes, I heard that had happened. One person lit one in a suburban area, but they got him. Wow. Do I play the piano? No, my son plays. Oh, thank you. Which one did you just see? CB105? 1905. Do you have a name that you'd like to share? Please don't share if you don't want to share your name, but it would be nice to call you a name. Oh, now, I've already noticed that the ink was very happy to go inside there. And just wipe that off and push down a bit harder on the stamp, because that's what comes sometimes happen where you just need to put an extra bit of pressure where you're not meant to have the ink. So, oh, that's pretty. Oh, actually, what I want to do is put some of these lines in first. I'm just going to ink that up. I watched the first series of The New Doctor. I haven't watched the second series. Oh, now maybe I should have done the lines first because I'm like, how am I going to fit this in? But anyway, we'll make it work. It'll work. We'll just make it fit. Yeah, no, I don't really play the piano. I do sometimes just tinkle. I don't, you know. I used to be able to read music because I used to play the violin, but it's been a long time. But I would like to take it up again. Sorry, did you see my head then? Oh, did he really, Christine, did he really love Doctor Who that much then? Wow. It's on the way there. Oh, wow, that's amazing stuff. Yeah, because someone was asking, was it on here the other night? Was saying, is there anyone from the UK going over? Right, I'm going to stop there. I think that's as many lines as I'm going to fit in that direction, horizontally. So I'm just going to start filling in with some things. Hi, Evelyn. Oh, my youngest daughter's a violin performance major. Oh, Jennifer. Wow. So how old was she when she took it up then? No, I'm going to be cutting this up. So I'm creating a one-sheet wonder. So I'm just decorating a whole sheet. And I mean, you could use it for scrapbooking, so I'm not discounting that. It's just not how I'm going to be using it. I've just realised I'm stamping these notes everywhere, and I've got the lines, the staves for it, and I'm not using the staves. Oh dear, that's a bit silly, isn't it? Never mind. I've remembered them now, so I'll use them. Also, really, the treble clef should go at the beginning, but never mind. Oh, thank you, Evelyn. So is this the first time you've come onto my live? Well, we like to have a jolly time on our lives. Everything stopped for Doctor Who in our house. It was just as much to do with just how many doctors he had in life. Doctor Who. Oh. Actually, I think I'll just use these individually. A little bit more choice. Now, if someone wants to play this piece of music, they're more than welcome to. Right. Bring back Tom Baker. Oh, put some upside down. Oh, yes. They do go the other way sometimes, don't they? Is that when they get below B? Or do I think that would look right upside down? I'll have to look at a piece of music. Make sure I'm doing this right. Right, okay, so you could spend all day doing this. Getting very technical, but I won't. Yes, the birds are very pretty. I can use the birds. Do we want them in a row, or do we want them... Oh, thank you, Evelyn. You enjoy the classes. Good. Right, I think I just want these as if they're sort of random. Hold on. Just putting these on. Oh, actually, it's kind of like you've got two sitting and one flying. Not sure about that. Hold on. Let's just go for the one that's flying, I think. Don't know which direction to have it in. Right, find some spaces. Yeah, I like doing this dark brown on the pink. It works. Yes, I could have written a whole new masterpiece. I know. Hairy bike. Oh, I like the hairy bike. It's so cool. Cards in mind for my bell choir. Oh, piano student. Oh, yeah, you could use this for your piano students. Yes, this would go very well. I do like clustering things that fly, like birds and butterflies and bees, dragonflies. I like clustering them. I don't think they should just be completely seen in isolation. I just like to cluster them together. Right. Okay. Right, I think that's it. Don't want to do too much more to that. So, I know what, why don't I do this one this way? And this time I am going to do the lines first so that I have a bit more control, and I'm not going to kind of think about too much how where they're being stamped on the papers. It's more to do with balancing the whole sheet. So let's see how that works. Bodger and Badger. What was that? Oh yes, I could lattice the lines. Yes. Just get these down first, and then I do like doing that with line stamps. See, Vanessa knows me so well now. She knows I like doing this. Right. Yep. When the red robin comes bopping along. Yeah, my friend Vicky was saying that the cold water is coming out the tap hot. You don't even need to use hot water at the moment because it's so hot. That's a bit scary, Mary. Yes, I'm talking about you, Vicky. Have you had a good sleep? Did you sleep in the front room, Vic? My living room is full of rainbows. Ooh, why? I'll just do a few off the page because, you know, I always say that to you. Remember the sides of the page? Because when you cut up a one-sheet wonder, if you forget the sides, it can look a bit odd. I'm going to have a craft day tomorrow, have a day off before I start on Monday, get parents their weekly shopping. Oh, now this time I'm going to put the treble clef actually on the lines. I want to put one there. Oh, I see. From Chris. Ah, that sounds pretty. Okay, so this time I'm not actually going to aim the notes on the lines. I'm just going to cluster these notes like they're just dancing around. I've just put them all on one block because I find this saves time when you're stamping a whole sheet like this. And you can just have them random. And I love this sort of technique because you just don't know how it's going to end up looking, and you get surprising little kind of contrasts and juxtapositions and things, which is quite nice. Now, I think I will like to have a go maybe grunging this up a little bit further. So I'm thinking of maybe grabbing some soft suede and a more grungy stamp and doing more on this to really work the paper. So we'll do that. I'll leave the other one fairly clean so that you can see the difference. There we go. Right, I'm just going to clean my stamps off. I've just got some water here. I don't know, my cleaner's around somewhere, but right, I'm in awe of how you make that look so random. Oh, but it is random, Jennifer. It is. Random but consistent. That's the trick. Oh, stamp fell off. Even on the west of Australia, it's too hot for my wee grandchildren to be out there. Oh, yes. No, I wouldn't put, yeah. Oh, take care, Karen. Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, use this for a, what's it? A bonanza bundle for my niece's album. Ooh. Yeah. Let's know how you do. Okay, so let's grab some grungying stamps. Actually, ooh, what about a little bit? I haven't used this in this technique yet. You know the technique where I don't put this on a block, where I just kind of find snippets to stamp. If we do this in a lighter colour. Oh, hello, Wendy. I know, I was a bit late last night. Yeah, went on a little bit longer than I anticipated. Right, so I'm just wanting to get a bit of the floral on here and just stamp a wee bit of it. Don't know if you guys can see that. Oh, you know what, stuff it. I'm just going to put the whole lot on. I think, and also because I'm not using a block, it's creating a kind of faded, not too solid effect, which is kind of what I want. I just want it kind of collagey and random. I love that it's sticking to my hand. Oh, hi, Betty. Oh, I'm quite pleased how this has turned out. You just get these kind of like snippets of florals. Oh, well, look, that's surprising. You've got a flower right where the treble clef is there, and it's sort of, look at that. See, this you can't plan this sort of stuff. You've just got to be brave and go for it. Just do it. Just do it. Right, let's get some other textures. Oh, do we want butterflies in there? I can do butterflies, but I'm just going to put some of this on first. Hi, Mary Lou. You new to my live? Yours ends up in the recycling. No, Wendy, you can't recycle it. Not after you've done all that work. Yeah, I think all the Aussies are waking up now. Must be early, though. Oh, thank you. Who's that? Barbara. 65 people on our chat. How cool. Barbara Robson. Hi, Barbara. This must be a good time for you guys. You're still sleepy. Oh, go back to bed. Watch me on the replay. So if you ever watch me on the replay and you want to watch me a bit faster, I always do remind you that you can watch me speeded up on certain devices. You can choose the setting. You go to settings and choose to watch me speeded up. I do sound a bit like a chipmunk, but it's a good way to kind of speed through videos if you don't want to sit and watch me for an hour. Okay, I really like that, but I'm now tempted to put butterflies in here. I just want something a bit more floaty. I know I could put the birds, but those are very solid. Oh, I know what. I'm going to use the new butterfly from this. I know this is a bit new product heavy, guys, but you know what? You guys enabled me to get all these lovely new products, so I'm going to show them off to you. So, right, let's go. Do we go back to early espresso? Hi, Diana. Okay, right. So the only thing about this technique is not the only thing, but one of the things about this technique is when you're stamping over a seam, not a seam, you know what I mean? It is like a seam. You do have to put a little bit extra pressure because to get the ink to transfer nicely, you just need to do a bit of, so you do have to play with your pressure to make sure it works. I'm loving this. It looks so kind of like 3D, 2D, whatever, but without, it's all still flat. So technically this is, you know, very collagey, grungy. Why is there half a guitar in that set? It's designed to match up with treble clef. So you're meant to stamp the guitar. I think it's sort of like that to make it look like a guitar thing. Yeah. That if you look on the samples in the catalogue, see if I can show you the inside of the catalogue now. I'll just find it for you. Oh my goodness, I'm not used to this catalogue yet. Oh, it's because it's just a stamp set, isn't it? It's not going to be in the bundle section. Okay, bear with. Talk amongst yourselves. You like the randomness of this. I missed your pre-order being away, so my first order went in on Friday. Yay. Oh, now someone's done it there. Ah, there we go. There we go. There's the guitar. Right. So look. Not quite sure. Oh yeah, there we go. Does that make sense, Christine? Look. That's what you're meant to do with it. And it's quite handy actually, because I've got a son that plays the guitar. Actually, a son and daughter play guitar, and a son that plays the piano. Oh, my husband does play piano and guitar, although he plays guitar more than the piano. Right, have we got any more spaces on here we want to fill up? Let's do some edges. Okay, right. I've watched you make several of these sheets. Do you ever show the finished cards? Yes, Lynn, there a few episodes back, I did then show how to cut the sheets up. And funnily enough, I've got here a template of how I cut up a sheet. So what I'm going to do is follow this template again to show you how a fun way of cutting these up. Okay, so let me just tidy up a little bit. Let's put some stamps away. So if you're watching this on the replay, just fast forward about 2 minutes while I put these away, and then we will get cutting up. I'm trying to be good and tidy as I go. Husband and grandson play the guitar. This would be a great set for them. Ah, there we go. Right, these birds are not quite going right back in the right place, but hey ho. Ruth, can you put your template on your Facebook? Yes. I can take a photo of it. Although what I will try also to do is, as I do it again, is give you measurements as I go along, because and do it in terms of thirds or halves and things like that, because I know that you guys in the States have slightly different measurements of paper to us in Australia and Great Britain. I'm not in Australia, but there we go. Yes, I did. Thank you, Wendy. Yeah, I haven't looked at it yet, to be quite honest, but yes, I did. Thank you. Wendy sent me a link to an envelope making app. Well, I think it was like a sizer, wasn't it? It's like how to do the sizings. Right, put that away. Put that away. Put the blocks away. And get the trimmer out. Right, so let's just measure this. That's my ruler. I did have my ruler desk. Oh, I'll grab another one. Oh, bear with, I've just got to knock my stand. Sorry, hope it didn't make you seasick. Right, so we've got just under a 12" by 8¼ inch piece of cardstock here. So I'm going to cut at 4¼ sort of, or 11 centimeters. So if you're in the States, I would actually cut at 4 inches, because your cardstock is about 11½. Or 11, isn't it? So I'd maybe cut at 4 inches. Just celebrated my first stamp anniversary. Woo! Well done. It's for the the memory keepers. Yeah, so it's the We Are Memory. Do you mean the We Are Memory Keepers board, Wendy? Tip, use a magnetic pin holder to drop your yes. Did you see what Esther bought? Oh my goodness, it's so cool. It's like a magnetic bowl. So cool. So cool. Thanks, Ruth. Oh, you're welcome. Oh, did he? What part, Diane? Right, I'm going to cut this at 4 inches so that you guys can just sort of see what it looks like. Actually, no, I'm going to do it at 4 1/4. Okay, so 4 1/4. Now, our cardstock then measures just over 8 across, or 21 centimetres. So for you guys who use centimetres, you cut 7 centimetre pieces. But for you guys in the States, maybe 2 3/4. So I'm going to cut 7, 7, 7. So I end up with, look, 3 pieces. Now, the slight issue sometimes you get is that bits will fall off because we just stuck down loads of bits with bits of glue. If you didn't go right to the edges, when you cut pieces off, you sometimes end up with things falling off, but that's okay. As long as you notice, you can stick those back on again. Or if it's not very significant, you can just let it fall off. Oh, £3. Ooh. Oh, it's Sheila's first anniversary. I have one of the bowls. I don't trust the ladies with it at classes. What, you worried that they'll break it, or you worried that if you don't use it? Okay, so now I've got this piece here. I'm going to turn it round. So look, I've cut this section off and cut those into 3, and then I'm going to cut here, and this is going to provide me my matting layer for my card base. Whatever card base you guys use, so I use a 10.5 centimetre wide card base. I'm now going to cut that at 10 centimetres, and this is why I said I'm reluctant to give out the measurements. I want to really teach you the principle, and you apply it to the cardstock that you guys have. So I'm going to cut at 10. There we go. And then cut this at 14.35, which is the matting layer for our card bases. So look, that fits perfectly. So that's one whole card made. Then I've got this little snippet here to use. And look, this is starting to peel a little bit. So we just put a bit of glue there to hold that down. Okay, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces there. Then this one, I'm going to square this off. So just measure what you have left. So for me, that's 11 centimetres. So I'm going to cut now this at 11 centimetres. And I know that I have got a square piece of cardstock. So if I want to make a square card, that's perfect for doing that. And then I'm also left with that piece there that can be stuck onto a card base with some additional pieces. So look. So out of one sheet of A4, I've got 1, 2. Oh, have I got a card base I can stick that on? I'm just going to grab from. This is a pre-printed and scored one. So 1, 2, 3. Just grab the black one. 4. I need to cut some more card bases. 5. Sheila, you're going to find some cheap paper to do this with. Please don't, Sheila. Just use your stash, my darling. You're always on it telling me that you've got too much stash. Use your stash. Don't go and get more paper. Use what you've got. I also have a tidy tray that I'll put 3 strips of self-adhesive. Ah, good idea. Hi, Jackie. They break die, so I'm trying the picture stand on the other side so I can showcase the DSP. Good idea. Oh, has the Argos guy come yet? The Argos bin, hopefully cement will be dry tomorrow. New curtains. Oh, he went to Bath, Diana. That's near where my sister lives. Cool. Okay, so Karen's back. She's watching while she's making breakfast. Okay, so out of one sheet of One Sheet Wonder, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pretty much finished cards. All right, they're not quite there yet. You know, well, they can be if you want them to be. They're quite detailed enough. But if you wanted to add extra sentiments and things like that, you can do. Or extra embellishments, you know, pearls and lace and ribbon, whatever. So, but that's just to show you how cool that is, what a cool process that is. Now, about we do exactly the same process, but this time, because this was going in a landscape direction, we're going to get a whole other kind of look, really. So, do I want to cut it there? I think I will. Is that 4 1/4? Cut that there. I didn't get on the first part of the DSP. This is not Stampin' Up. Sorry, I should say that from the beginning. It is not Stampin' Up DSP. It's some papers that were donated to me for the charity that I'm raising funds for. So these cards are going to be sold in aid of that charity. And it's just the whole kind of point of this video is to show you how to stash bust, use up papers that you've got in a different way, and also make bulk amounts of cards, so you get quite a few done in one session rather than kind of just making one at a time. This is about making like quite a few in one go. Okay. So right, so I'm going to cut that at 10. There we go. And then cut this one at 11 to get the square. There we go. So we've got the square, the other piece. And then also what you can do is, if you feel like on this piece, I'm thinking that's a bit of a blank space, you could put your sentiment there, or you could put another thing, image. But yeah, I mean, that's perfect for putting a sentiment. And that is what's so lovely about this process, because you don't quite know how it's going to turn out. And yeah, it's super fun. Right, I'm tempted to cut this into 3 again, actually. Let me just check that is 21 centimetres. Or if I cut a bit off there. Oh, that's 19. Oh, I haven't cut my big matting layer yet. Right, let's cut that down to there. Actually, that's going to go right through a seam, so I'm just going to swap that around, see if it's any better. Yeah, that's better. Oh, my husband's playing the guitar now in the background. Right, there we go. That's one layer, and then that can be used for something cute. Oh, that's perfect. Look, right where I need it. So let me just see if I've got some card bases that are pre-scored. Oh, some of these have already got. Oh no, these have already got. Oh, that's cream background. That's not going to go very nice. I'm trying to see if I've got some card bases that have been donated that I can use for putting these together, so that you can actually see the final product, which I know you guys like seeing. So, oh yeah, found some. Oh, these have got bits. Oh, see, these have been donated to me. Look, these have got windows. Don't really want to use those. I'll use those another day. Oh, that's a base. These are very flimsy. Take care, Vanessa. Oh, who's asking about donating? Oh, who's asking about? Sorry, I've missed I've missed some comments. Okay, so if you want to donate more than about, say, £5, then I would recommend that you use it, donate via PayPal, because I get more money because YouTube take a bit of money. So if you donate between now and Monday night, I will donate the money to the charity that these cards are going to support. So, oh, Wendy, have you? Oh, darling, message me your address, you can have them. And then you can, do you mind just donating some money to the charity? I don't want them. Yeah, no, you can PayPal me even if you live abroad as well. That's no problem. As long as you have a PayPal account, you can donate. Oh, I've got more bases than I thought here. Right, okay, let's choose some to go use with these. That looks nice, doesn't it? That'll do. It supports an organisation called the Potter's House CBO, and it's a charity that's been set up by a lady in my church. Her daughter has cerebral palsy, and they went out to Kenya a few years ago to go and try and help other people with cerebral palsy. And then while she was out there, she really noticed the plight of families, particularly poor families and street children. So she's now set up an organisation to support families to either get the kids back into school, to maybe find work. So not that they become that like super reliant on the organisation, but they just get like a foot up really to try and keep families together, because what can often happen is the children just end up going out and begging each day, or it used to be that they would end up in children's homes and they would be separated from their families. And so the idea is it's about keeping families together. And so what's really lovely is it's quite a small charity, so that you know that the money goes directly either to supporting the lady who works on the ground. So there's a lady who's employed and works on the ground, and they rent a house, and there's a young lad living with them at the moment. And also, if there's children who've gone through trauma, they pay for a counsellor to obviously counsel them, because they come across some quite distressing situations. Yeah, so I went out with the charity last November, not 2019, 2018, and I went and taught a group of ladies some wool craft. So we did crochet, knitting, weaving, spinning, dyeing, that kind of thing. And those ladies are still meeting today. They meet every Friday. And yeah, so it's just a really lovely organisation. I was about to fund you on YouTube. Yeah, no, if it's over, say, about £5, then I would please consider PayPaling me, because otherwise YouTube get more than, like, I still have to pay a fee on PayPal, but it's less than YouTube. Ruth will give you the link if you PM me. Yeah, so if you want the Facebook, just go on Facebook and search for the Potter's House CBO. And there's sort of just pictures of, it's like a collage of pictures of Kenya. We're very particular about not sharing pictures of children, so I'm really sorry. I know some people like to see pictures of children, but we never share pictures of the children because of, like, obviously security issues and things, and child protection. So yeah, we don't do that. And then if you ever want to sign up for the newsletter, I can... oh, where are my stickers? I've just printed out some new stickers. Oh, here we go. If you email info@thepottershousecbo.org and sign up for the newsletter, then Ruth will send you the newsletter. I know it's going to get confusing because it's two Ruths, but yeah. And I messaged her last night about that I've been fundraising. She was so happy. And she's already wanting me to go out at the end of this year. So I'm going to have to figure out what's going on. She wants to have a meeting with me about it all. So I'll see her in church tomorrow. And she's probably going to collar me and tell me that I've got to do this, this and this. I'll just go, yes, okay. I'll just do as I'm told. She's the ideas woman. You're welcome, Diana. Oh, Tom, is May sorted? Oh. Is May upstairs?
Yeah.
We've been having late nights recently, so we're trying to get the kids off to bed a bit earlier. Right. So that square one can go on there. So what have we got left? Got 3 left there. How long have I been on for? An hour. An hour, and we've made, ooh, probably about 12 cards. Yay! That's so cool. So although the process can seem quite detailed initially, obviously the whole sticking down of the paper and the stamping and whatever, but you can see how quickly now these cards come together. I mean, if you wanted to spend more time doing matting and layering, you could do, like, you could mat this, or if you wanted to ink the edges, I mean, that's something I've not really done. I mean, I can quickly show you how I would do that really quickly. So I would just gently just do that, and this creates a really simple darker border without having to cut and layer. And then I would actually set that aside just for a few minutes to let it dry completely, because if you pick that up you can get a bit of ink transfer onto your hands. So I just let that dry there. Woohoo, 72 people. I can't watch and chat, lol. Audrey. That's all right. Just sit and enjoy. Right, let's get this out of the way. Just a bit of space. Right. So I've got... Oh, I've got these ones as well. Oh, right, quick. Yeah, I'll try and remember to take photos. I've been really rubbish at taking photos because by the time I've got into my craft room lately, it's been quite dark, and I've been forgetting. I'm going to have to do this all again now with Stampin' Up! Papers, aren't I? But I hope that what I've shown is how Stampin' Up! Can coordinate with all sorts of products. You know, it's not about, just exclusively using Stampin' Up! Products all the time. Obviously, I'm a demonstrator, so it's kind of in my interest to do so. But at the end of the day, the reality is that we have, papers from way back when. And, this is a great way to use them up. And they just look so artsy and artistic this way. It's so textured and detailed and stuff. So, do you want some cards to sell for my charity? Ooh, Wendy. Yeah, as long as you don't mind me, can I put the stickers on the back of them if you send them to me? Or if you're happy to sell some and send the money. I don't know, do you have an outlet for where you are? So just go over any loose bits as well. Just remember to go over the little loose bits. See Audrey message. What? Ooh, I'm happy for you to do whatever it takes to raise funds. Oh, thank you, Wendy. Did Audrey message me earlier? 4-year-old DSB to use up. Oh, I think I've probably got older than that lurking around, Audrey. Although I did make up some scrap packs. Have you seen my scrap packs that I made up? They're really fun. So if you ever do craft fairs and things, they're a really good way to use up. Right, now, do I put sentiments on these? Or I'm wondering whether to put sentiments on the occasional one, because I think this would work really well. So now I tend to, if I'm making cards for charity, I don't tend to do thank yous because, I don't know, I think you've got to have a very particular reason to give someone a thank you card and actually buy a card to say thank you. And I don't think people like to spend too much on a thank you card. So I tend to just stick with the happy birthdays and the maybe for you. Or well done would be a good one, because you could give that to somebody who passed their exams. Yes. So we could do a well done. What did join? Hi, Lydia. Yes, it's very shabby chic. Yes, it is. I will remember to put that in the title. So, Audrey says no. What do you mean, Audrey? Okay, so when you type, guys, just remember that if you're typing, it might come up at about a minute after I've commented on something. So if you can just give me a hint to what you're replying to, that would be really helpful. Because yeah, because at the time you type, it makes complete sense to you because you're reacting to something I've said. But you agree with me on sentiments of the cards. Okay, cool. Right, I think this is where I need to put my glasses on. Okay, right. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at all of them and see what would look good. I think happy birthday would fit in there, wouldn't it? I know it takes a bit longer for you to type out your response, but okay, let's just. Oh, beautiful. Right, I'm sorry, I might have to stick my head under for this. Move you over a bit. There we go. Right. Oh, my scrap packs video. Okay, I will show you that in a minute. Oh, that looks beautiful. Oh, I love it. That just about is readable. And you see, this is why I chose lighter coloured backgrounds. Now you see, I'm a bit scared to stamp on that because it's got brown in there already. Let's see what else I've got. Some of them have not got a lot of white space. Oh, here we go. This is one's better. So this is why it's kind of good to just take the time to think where the sentiment's going to go, because there's nothing worse than stamping a sentiment not being readable. There we go. That one's okay. Ah, this one's got a bit of space as well. This one down here. Okay. I think I'll do a well done on this one. Yeah, so I'll just repeat that tip about if you're creating to sell. I sometimes leave my cards blank and then take to a stall. I will take a ink pad, well, about 3 or 4 ink pads. So I take a black, a brown, maybe a dark green, dark blue, maybe a dark red, and a block. And I will take maybe a couple of sentiment, like the well said stamp set, something with loads of sentiments in, or the itty bitty greetings, that kind of thing. And so I will have a little notice that says, ask me for sentiments, or as if people are looking, I'll say, oh, is anything particular you want to, you know, give for? And then I will stamp the sentiment on there and then. And my tip is always take a scrap bit of white or vanilla cardstock with scissors, because if you make a mistake, you can then re-stamp it and cut it out and stick it on again. Just saying. Well done. There we go. Well done. When I use these stamps, they aren't coming out clean. Any tip? What do you mean they're not coming clean? Have you conditioned them? Have you just given them a good old kind of like rub and a clean? I suppose the trick is not to over push. So tap, tap, tap. I always say tap, tap, tap. Don't push, push, push. Just tap, tap, tap. Check it. Check that you've got ink all over it. And then when you go to stamp down, I like to push, put it down, and then put a little bit of pressure on the stamp itself. Remember not to rock it. And maybe give it a few seconds, like 3 or 5 seconds, and then pull up. Because especially, you see how that I'm stamping over. See, I'm not very happy with that. Let me redo that, because I can't see the E very well. But anyway, the point is that holding it down just allows time for the ink to transfer. Don't be too much of in a hurry to kind of go, ooh, done. Because look, you see, there's a little, oh, I don't know if you can see that, but it's not completely solid. But if you give it 5 seconds, I was going to say the transfer should be better, but it might just be the design of the stamp. Let me just do that again. Ink well, that's the trick. Check that your ink pad doesn't need re-inking. It could be that. So to check, what I do is this. So you can see, even on that ink pad, there are areas that are juicier than others. Okay, so it tends to be traditionally the middle goes first, because that's where we always kind of aim our stamps for. So aim just off the centre. There we go. Top tip. I think we'll do a well done for this one. There we go. Right, now, these other ones. Oh, I've not stuck that one down. This is great. I keep discovering more and more cards or bases. Not bases, matting layers I've not stuck down. Yay. This is cool. Very productive tonight, guys. So productive, my glue's running out. I know this is upside down. Right, turn the right way around. Well, thank you so much for your company, everybody. I always do appreciate you coming on to watch me. And please remember, if you do have any questions, if you're watching this on the replay, do ask me, because I know not all of you can watch me live. So, right, I'm just going to pull out the For You. I used an ink pad yesterday and it looked mouldy. That sometimes does happen, Audrey, if you don't use them for a while. But if they're not too old, it might be worth contacting Stampin' Up and just mentioning it to them. They may replace it. I know that they were having issues with Purple Posy, and that's why they pulled it. So, but it might be a bit late to... Well, you definitely can't get a new pad, but they might reimburse you. For you. Oh, see, that doesn't... I'm not sure where that's going to fit. Oh, maybe there. No, you know what? I'm going to leave that one. Yeah, I'm going to leave that one too. Leave that one. Maybe there. Karen says, so clever, Vanessa. Just joined your group on Facebook. So Karen's just joined Vanessa's group. Cool. Oh, you're welcome, Jackie. There we go. That's okay. Should I try and squeeze this one in here? I'm going to go for it. Hi, honeybee. Just coming to the end, but welcome. I think this one would be good for a well done. Or congratulations. But I'm not sure how to fit that in. I'll go for well done. So we've kind of decided these cards would be good for if someone's passed a music exam. There we go. Well done. Okay, let's see. Right, let's count these up. You know what? I'm going to start doing my stickers as well. So let's place these the right way round. Then I'll know which direction to stick the stickers. Oh my goodness, there's just more and more. Wowee. This was a good session. Right, so does anybody have any questions? Speak now, forever hold your pieces of paper. So these cards will be going on sale. Must watch a replay. How unpleasant not. Yeah, I think Audrey's a demo. It's either that or she's been collecting Stampin' Up stuff for a while. My sticker says all the proceeds of this card will go to the Potter's House CBO. Oh, sorry, community-based. CBO stands for community-based organisation. When Ruth registered the organisation in Kenya, that's the technical term for like the organisation. It's also a registered charity in the UK as well. It says it is committed to the relief of poverty and the support of families in Kenya. For more information, email info@the Potter's House CBO. And then it has a list of how much money will pay for what. So £3 will feed one person for a week. £10 will pay for a counsellor, a day's counsellor. £12 will pay for your school uniform. £18 will feed a family of 6 for a week, and £30 will enable a child to go to school. So that's like the start-off fees. Right, so in Kenya, your first year of education costs money. You have to pay fees for that. But after that, education is free. Now, the thing is, we're used to in the West that, you know, at a certain age, children start school and they go up with their year groups. Okay, so we don't have, you know, 6-year-olds in classes with 10-year-olds, unless it's a very, very small school. But over there, you have to start in your first year. You have to do your reception year. So whether you're 6 or 8 or 10 or 15, you have to do that first year in order to then progress. So you could end up with kids who are like 18 up to 20, 24, who are graduating because they have to finish certain goals. They have to pass certain exams in order to progress to the next year. So in order to then go to the school, it might be free to go to that school, but you have to wear the specific uniform that school dictates. And sometimes kids, if they've turned up without the correct uniform, they'll just be sent home, or if they haven't turned up with a pencil or whatever. So when we talk about this £30 to enable a school to go to school, it means that's the uniform, the admission fee, and the books and things that they need to kind of get started, so they don't kind of turn up on the first day and then get sent home again. So that's why we ask for that amount for that. So emailed you my details and pay. Oh, thank you, Wendy. Okay, so what I've said is any money donated from New Year's Eve till next Monday, any money donated by PayPal or Super Chat, I'm going to be donating to this charity. So there we go. Right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Now that's not right. There should be 14, shouldn't there? There's one missing. Yes, I was right. One missing. Okay, so 14 really. Right, let's just run the... just set these aside for a second. I'm just going to run the ink all over that. Oh, fantastic. Audrey and Janice can get together. Yes, they have a Facebook group for Demos of Scotland. And you have meetups, don't you, as well? I'm going to leave that one blank, I think. That one's quite pretty. And I was thinking, it was funny, as I was crafting this morning, because I made a whole load of new cards this morning, and they're all of kind of similar style. When you're batch making for charity, it doesn't matter that you have like 6 to 10 that are all the same design. You know, if you keep going and you end up with, say, 100 cards, you know, a good amount of cards to, you know, start off your stall or be able to share with people, you know, it doesn't matter that they're, you know, similar. As long as they're kind of done well, you know, they're good designs. I think it's kind of, yeah, just go for it, because it's just so much easier to batch make. So we've done 14 in 1 hour and 30, so that's like 10 minutes a card, isn't it? Now, you see, if I was to individually make this, it would have taken me way longer than 10 minutes a card. And I've chatted in between, so, you know, if you just got on and focused on this, you probably would get it done in a much quicker time. But so that's 14 cards in less than 10 minutes per card. So these just need packaging up, and these will add to my stash. So what was I saying about the ones that I did this morning? Oh yeah, I'll do that on another broadcast. I'll do that on another day. But I made these big ones. I used up these card bases. I think that's all of those ones used up now. So that was great. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 plus those. That's 20. And I think there was a few more that I made today as well. So yay! Got loads. Right, I'll just finally finish with oh, where have I put them? I was going to show you my scrap packs. Okay, I've moved them. I'll have to show you those another day. But the basic idea behind the scrap packs is that you go through your I know what, let me flip the camera so I can actually talk to you. It's my old tea there. Hi Carol. Oh, I've got a glue dot stuck to my phone. How jolly. So the idea with the scrap packs is that I measured out, I think it was 30 grams. So I just got all my kind of scraps, my retired scraps, and got my scales out, and I would maybe choose 1 or 2 colourful, you know, pretty paper that would be my inspiration, and then for my scraps I would pull out other scraps that would kind of match it or look good with it, so that when someone bought a scrap pack it had things that kind of coordinated a bit. They don't necessarily have to all come from the same design a series paper pack, it doesn't matter, as long as they kind of look like they would coordinate together. So I would just literally keep putting on bits of paper, sometimes pieces of ribbon, until I got to 30 grams. And then once I got 30 grams, I would just shove that in an envelope, a cellophane packet, and then just seal it up with a piece of washi tape. And so at a summer stall, I would sell the scrap packs for like £1, and because there were kids there, I said, if you bought a scrap pack, you can have one envelope and one card base for free, and you can use my glue. I just took Pritt stick, and I took some, like a heart punch, a star punch, a butterfly, generic kind of images that kids like, and they could punch out shapes while they were there at my stall, and then they could then take that home with them to do whatever they want to do with. And it was just really cute, because some kids would they'd make their card and then they'd be like, can I take it home now? And I was like, yeah, you paid for this pack, you can take it all home. And they were like, oh, thank you. That's so cute. So yes, that's a good way to use up your scrap packs without actually making stuff up. You can just sell it off. Because if someone was to purchase all the individual items of that pack, it would cost loads of money. But at the same time, it's kind of doing nothing for you sitting in your craft room. So you may as well let someone else enjoy it. Because there's always new paper to buy. So there we go. Definitely going to give this a go. My granddaughter's school have fundraisers, so I could try making... Yes! Yeah. So I would possibly suggest that you put a card base and an envelope. I'm don't buy Stampin' Up envelopes. Buy your cheapy ones, £1 for 25 or 50 or whatever. Cut some card bases, so it's all there, so the kids can just go home and they can make a card straight away, or 2 or 3 or whatever, or maybe even just sell packs of made up card envelopes, card bases and envelopes. So you could just say to the parents, and I found that, like, I did a Christmas craft fair and I was selling higher priced items because I make jewellery, and I was selling fair trade items as well, and those are higher priced items, like you're talking £5, £10, £15, and it's busy, especially at Christmas, it's so busy. It's too late really in December for people to be buying Christmas presents, let's face it, they probably have already done it. So I knew it was unlikely I was going to get money for the higher ticketed items. But what I could do is, if a parent was walking by with a child, I'd go, oh, I do sell these scrap packs for £1. Do you like crafting at home? Oh, it's only £1. And like parents are happy to part with £1. And so, £1 is £1. It's money back. For your stall, it might cost you a tenner. At least you make the money back on your stall. So, yeah. Great idea to cull scraps. Yes. Oh, Wendy, you saw Cats. What did you think of it? I have heard awful reviews. Oh my goodness. And I feel so bad because there are, sorry, completely changing the subject. There are some mega stars in that production, that film production. And I think, oh no, like Judi Dench, Ian McKellen, who else is in there? James Corden, like people who are so great at their craft, and something just went wrong in production from what I've heard. I saw the Mark Commode review of it, and I do trust his viewpoint. And yeah, oh yeah, never mind. Oh, you went to see the musical, not the film. Oh, phew. Okay, yeah, I'm sure the musical's amazing. I've not seen the musical. I've just sort of seen elements of it, and I've heard the music, and I know it's Andrew Lloyd Webber, but apparently the film just does not work. But there we go. Anyway, sorry to change the subject then. I just saw that you mentioned Cats. I could talk about musicals and films all day. I have another channel. They're redoing some of the mistakes. Oh, really? It's already out in the cinema. I love the new Cats. Seen it twice on stage, and the old video. Ah, this is the first time it all makes sense. Oh, the Elaine Page version. So, Subo, have you seen the new version with Judi Dench? Sorry, I've completely hijacked this video. If you're watching on the replay and you're not interested in cats, please switch off now. Oh dear. I love how we can end up talking about all sorts of things on this. On TV, Elaine Page 20 years ago. Okay. Was that recently on BBC or something? Because I'll watch that. Watched replay. Really enjoyed watching your process to get to these. Rita, this is not a replay right now. This is live. Bloopers were mega. Oh, so Subo saw the new version. Okay, and you liked it. Phew. Somebody liked it. Good. So, thank you. Oh, now I had to write down. Where's my little notebook? Someone had an idea for a video. So they left me a message. Was it Karen? I think she suggested I used one stamp set, one set of DSP to create a set of cards, maybe beginner, avid, and beginner, casual, and avid. So one stamp set, one set of DSP. Now I could do that maybe with the honeybee stamps, and then do beginner, cash, and then avid. Okay, Channel 5 tonight. Ooh. With all these ideas, we should see lots of your cards. You keep dropping hints, Vanessa. Yeah, I will. I'm so sorry for not getting them on there. It's because I tend to wait until I've blogged about them. That my photograph area is a mess. So I will wait for tomorrow. Oh no, I'm at church tomorrow. I've got church meal tomorrow. If it's still sunny in the afternoon when I get back from the church meal, I will try and take photos. So. Oh, other people. Thanks, Vanessa. Yes, we want to see your ideas, everybody. So if you've used my inspiration or my creations as inspiration, please share them on Artful Stampin Space. We love to see. Can combine beginner, casual, and avid with workshop video. Possibly, Wendy. Possibly. Yeah, I'm not very good at always thinking that through for my workshops, but it usually ends up being avid. Oh no, actually, tell a lie. No. You see, as soon as I end up using the big shot, I consider that as avid. So sometimes I will pre-cut stuff out for my ladies, so I don't have to take the big shot with me. But there we go. Right, I'm going to go now. This has been a very long video. Oh my goodness, nearly 1 hour 40. But it's been lovely to have your company. Always is such a pleasure. And thank you guys for not leaving me when I was off over Christmas. Oh my goodness, my stats just went, ugh. And I was like, oh gosh, gotta get back in the saddle, make more videos. You can have, yes, you can have breakfast now. Yes, Nostar, Wendy. Yes, this won't be so late as last night. And break tomorrow. I won't be videoing, so I won't be coming on tomorrow for Sunday. Monday night is Masculine Monday. Woohoo! Yeah, Masculine Monday. So I probably, yeah, I need to design some cards for a workshop. So I might end up doing a Masculine Monday for a workshop. We'd never leave you, Ruth. Thank you, Betty. Have a great weekend, everybody. And if you're catching this on the replay, whenever it is, thank you very much. And I'll see you all soon. Bye. You're welcome. Mountain stamps. Oh, maybe, Vanessa. Maybe. I'll have a little play. Now this, I've got to wiggle my... It's when I pull faces, wiggling my phone over. Thank you. Take care.